WWE Survivor Series 2017 main event. WWE Survivor Series pay-per-view overall was pretty decent. Went back and watched some matches. We had some good things tonight, but the main event is where it just went downhill. I mean, obviously, we had the competitors, Angle, Strowman, Balor, Joe, Triple H versus Shane, Orton, Nakamura, Rude, Cena. Look, the match started off really good. We had some really nice matchups. You had Nakamura, Balor, Nakamura, Triple H, and some really cross matchups that you just don't really get to see, and you really won't get to see due to the brand split. So I was really excited about that. But first elimination was Nakamura, which I really disagreed with, but you know, I can overlook that. You know, whatever. That's when we started getting eliminations back and forth. Rude got eliminated as well. I can overlook that, whatever. But my first real problem, well, first is that the match went 33 minutes and 28 seconds. That was a bummer right in itself because I said the match needs to go 20 to 25 minutes. Last year it went 35, 40 minutes. Got boring towards the end. But my first real contention in this match is that we got Cena and Angle in the ring, and the finish is Nakamura hits the foot stomp, and Kurt Angle gets the pin. And look, there's a lot of young guys in this matchup, and that's going to be my overriding narrative. It's a lot of young guys in this matchup. A lot of young guys could have really used that pinfall on John Cena. You got Balor could have really used that pinfall on John Cena. Samoa Joe. We're talking about career-defining, well, at least WWE career-defining wins over John Cena. So that aside, Angle eliminates Cena. So I'm looking at the match, and obviously, sometime after that, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn comes down. There's a lot of people saying that, okay, I think these guys are gonna come down and get involved and mess it up for SmackDown. So they came down, and they looked really good. They were beating up Shane. But the thing that gets me is that, however old Shane McMahon is, he's past 50. Got to be past 50. Shane McMahon with one chair wheeled off Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Look, they looked like buffoons. And for all that for Shane McMahon. These guys should have had Shane McMahon eliminated, point blank. Instead, they look like idiots. So they're going downhill. We'll see what happens on SmackDown. But next up, and this should have been before my Owens and Zayn rant, but I'm looking at the match, and I'm looking at the eliminations, and I'm like, oh man, it's just a bunch of old guys left in the ring. A bunch of old guys and Braun Strowman. Like, you got Angle, Triple H, Shane, Randy Orton, and Braun Strowman. Like, it's not 2000 anymore. It's not 2004 anymore. So, this is where it just all devolved and just fell off a cliff. Triple H and Angle get into an argument. You know, they want to be the one to eliminate Shane McMahon. So Angle tags himself in. He wants to eliminate him. Angle's has the ankle lock. Looks like he's about to break Shane's ankle. And Triple H comes into the ring and pedigrees Kurt Angle, puts Shane McMahon's hand over Angle for the win. And first of all, it makes no sense whatsoever, but what really hurt that moment is that the crowd was confused. The crowd didn't care. They didn't want anything to do with it. And Triple H is just sitting there trying to sell the moment of the action. You know, he helped Shane out. It's so shocking, and the crowd does not care. Not one bit. So Triple H is just standing there for 5 good minutes. And then he pedigrees Shane McMahon. And then Triple H gets the win. And he's the lone survivor. Out of all of these young guys, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, relatively young in their WWE careers, Bobby Roode, Nakamura. You can't let one of those guys be the lone survivor. They needed that win. Triple H didn't need this win. This whole Survivor Series match devolved into it being all about the McMahons. And we've seen that too many times. And I'm especially like, Triple H has the autonomy to go into WWE and say, you know what, it's time to let one of these young guys have that finish and we can settle that in the middle of the match. I'm upset with that because those guys needed that win. And look, after the match, Triple H is just standing there. This took another long time. It's like 5 minutes. Triple H just standing there with Braun Strowman, and you can already tell that the turn is coming. Where Braun Strowman is gonna hit him, but we're just standing there. Triple H's music is playing, and the crowd is just like waiting. Like, come on, let's get this over with. So Braun Strowman finally knocks Triple H over. Tells him if he does that again, something to the effect of he's gonna take him out. So Triple H tries again, and Braun Strowman power slams him, and Braun Strowman stands tall. I guess this was their idea of having a young person stand tall at the end of the show. Like, even with the competitors left, within 20 seconds or so, I booked a better finish. Triple H, go back into the match. Triple H angle. With Shane left and with Braun left. Triple H Angle can fight over who gets to eliminate Shane. Shane eliminates Angle due to their incompetence. Braun attacks himself and eliminates Shane, gets the pinfall, is the lone survivor, and then goes on to power slam Triple H, and then really looks good. That's where they should have went. I mean, come on. Who thought that Triple H being the lone survivor and then Braun, getting a little bit after the match would come off as, getting Braun over? And another thing, this better not be setting up for Triple H Braun Strowman at Royal Rumble or whenever. Look, Triple H, CM Punk was going. Triple H got into that. What else Triple H has just stuck his nose into? I got involved with the Shield. I think got involved with Seth Rollins. Got going nuts. Daniel Bryan got himself in the storyline there. And Triple H does some phenomenal things for WWE. But I really don't think he should be wrestling anymore. It takes up a spot that somebody else could really use. And it's a moment that somebody else could really use, and it's just going to Triple H. And he's probably going to be wrestling at WrestleMania, probably against Angle, who knows, probably against Braun Strowman. And somebody else could use that spot, and they're not going to get it. But looking at the match overall, even John Cena, I won't even come to John Cena's defense every time, but they just made him out to be nothing. He didn't really do anything. He just stood on the outside of the ring. He just didn't really have any kind of moments and got unceremoniously eliminated. And that was just frustrating in itself. But the match overall was really frustrating that none of these young guys got to stand tall. I was very upset with how it ended. But I'm looking forward to looking at Raw and seeing how everything goes down. So that's the end for this rant. I'm going to check out Raw, see how everything goes. I'm pretty sure you will. I'll be live tweeting, so check that out. Feel free to share this YouTube channel with like-minded individuals that like wrestling. Make sure to share it with them. Tell them about what's going down on my channel. Alright, that's it for this video. See you next time.